Have you ever felt that rush inside you, like a fire about to burn out of control, when you're waiting for just the right moment to jump in and trade? That feeling like, if you don't act now, you'll miss your chance forever? What if I told you that this rush is actually the biggest enemy to your success? What if learning to wait, really wait, for the perfect signal could transform your trading from a guessing game into a powerful, confident skill? This video is all about learning to wait for the signal. Not just waiting, but mastering the art of patient, calm waiting. Because when you learn to wait with real control, the market stops messing with your head. You get to the point where you don't jump in, you step in, only when the right moment screams at you, clear as day. And that moment? It's not a feeling. It's a signal. You might be thinking, waiting sounds boring. Isn't trading supposed to be exciting? Isn't it about catching quick moves and making fast money? What if I also told you that jumping in too soon, before the signal, is the single fastest way to lose? It's like trying to catch a train before it even pulls into the station. You either miss it or fall flat on your face. So here's the promise. By the time you finish watching this, you're going to see waiting in a totally new way. You'll know how to spot the signal that actually matters. And you'll start feeling confident to wait for it, no matter how tempting the rush feels. You'll learn that waiting is not a waste of time. It's your secret weapon. I want to take you on a journey. A roller coaster ride through your own mind, your habits, and your deepest habits of trading behavior. You're going to meet the voice inside your head that rushes you, that nagging urge to just get in already. You'll see it clearly and learn to quiet it down. First, I want you to ask yourself a tough question. Why do you trade? Are you racing against the market or dancing with it? Are you reacting like a fighter, throwing punches at shadows? Or are you a calm hunter, waiting patiently before making your move when the target is crystal clear? That question is hard because the answer often surprises us. Most traders want to be hunters but act like fighters. They want control but feel out of control. They want profits but chase losses. Waiting for the signal means stepping out of the fight and into the flow. Here's a simple way to understand this. Imagine you're fishing. The best fishermen don't just throw a line in and yank it as fast as possible every time they feel a twitch. No, they wait. They watch the water. They feel the subtle pulls, the small hints below the surface. They wait for the fish to take the bait fully, the signal, before reeling in. Trading is very much the same. The market gives you little twitches, little hints that might feel like signals. But jumping at every twitch leads to frustration and loss. The real signal is when the fish takes the bait, the line goes taut, and you're ready to pull. So, what stops you from waiting like this? What messes with your patience? The answer lies in your brain. Your brain is wired to like action. It loves excitement and hates stillness. That's why waiting feels so hard. Your mind throws a party every time you act, and waiting feels like missing the party. But here's a secret. The party is a trap. It tricks you into trading too fast, too early. It makes you miss the fish right under the surface. Now, here's a challenge. Next time you feel that pull inside, the urge to jump in, pause. Just pause for a moment and ask, is this my brain begging for action, or is this the real signal? What proof do I have that this moment will work for me? This pause is your power. It's a tiny break that stops your brain's noise. It lets you see clearly. This brings us to the next vibe you have to understand. Confidence. Waiting builds confidence if you do it right. Not the kind of shaky hope that you're missing out, but a calm, firm confidence that you know the next move is coming and you will catch it. Trading isn't about beating the market all the time. It's about beating your own fears and doubts. Waiting for the signal means beating your own need to act all the time. Let me ask you, how many times have you entered a trade too early, watched the price pull back, and thought, I should have waited? Now imagine the opposite, being calm when the market waits, and then acting only when the signal is clear. How would that change your results? Waiting sounds like patience, but it's more than patience. It's about discipline, yes, but also listening to your own trading plan like a personal coach whispering in your ear. Wait for the signal. Wait for the signal. In fact, think about this analogy. Waiting for the trading signal is like watching a pot boil. You don't take the lid off every 10 seconds to check. You wait until it bubbles and boils over. That's the signal the water is ready. If you open and close the lid constantly, the heat escapes, and you'll never get the boil. Trading works the same. The signal bubbles. If you keep jumping in too soon, you lose the heat, your edge. We all want that edge, right? That edge to make money, to trade smarter, to finally feel control. So learning to wait is the tough path, but the only path that leads to calm control and real success. In the next part of this video, I'll show you the exact signs and signals that you need to watch for. You'll see how to separate feeling from fact, noise from signal. And you'll learn the step-by-step process to train your mind to wait like a pro. Before I share that, I want to ask, are you ready to shift from the rush of acting early to the power of waiting for the real signal? Can you face the challenge of quieting your mind enough to see clearly and act only when the moment is right? If you are, let me know by hitting like and drop a comment that you're ready to learn the real art of waiting. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next part, where the real value starts to build. May I go on with the next part where we explore the exact signals you must wait for and how to know when the market is really ready? Imagine you're waiting for the green light at a traffic signal. You don't just guess when it's about to turn green, right? You watch until it actually flips from red to green. You wait. Same with trading signals. The moment you jump early, before the light actually turns green, traffic chaos starts. You miss the smooth flow, end up crashing your plans. So what exactly is a trading signal? How do you recognize the real green light in the market instead of just guessing or reacting to noise? The truth is, the market doesn't come with a loudspeaker saying, now. Instead, signals come in whispers, subtle clues hidden in price moves, volume, and patterns. The challenge is to listen carefully for these whispers and not get distracted by loud, false alarms. Let's break this down. First, understand that every trade idea starts with a plan, your trading plan. Think of your plan like a treasure map. If you don't have a map, you're wandering lost, hoping for treasure. But with a map, you know where to look, how to follow clues, and when you're close. Your trading plan sets the rules for your signals. For example, your plan might say, I enter long when price breaks above a resistance level with strong volume. Or, I short after a clear reversal candle forms on a key level. These rules are your filters. They help you decide what counts as the real green light. This is the key difference between guessing and waiting. Guessing is trading on feelings or hunches, like jumping because of fear or excitement. Waiting for the signal means sticking to your map, your plan, and only acting when all the conditions line up. Here's an analogy. Imagine you're a detective solving a case. You don't arrest the first suspect you see because they seem suspicious. You gather evidence, fingerprints, alibis, motives. The trading signal is your evidence. The clearer your evidence, the more confident you are to make the move. Many traders get stuck guessing because they don't trust their plan. They want action, so they loosen their rules and jump early. But with every early jump, losses pile up. Sound familiar? Now, let's dig into the types of signals you can look for, the real clues that say, this is it. One powerful signal is a breakout. Think of a balloon stretched tight. When it finally pops through a resistance, that burst is your signal. But here's the catch. Not every burst is real. Some breakouts are fake, tricking traders into jumping too soon. How do you spot the difference? Volume. Volume is like the crowd at a game. If only a few people cheer, the game is quiet and weak. But when thousands cheer loudly, the signal is strong. In trading, if price breaks a level with high volume, it's a stronger, more reliable signal. Another signal is the candlestick pattern. You might have heard of the hammer candle or the engulfing candle. Imagine candles as stories the market tells you. A hammer candle after a downtrend says the market is tired of going down and may turn up. But again, a single candle is just one word. You need the full sentence, confirmation from other signals. Here's a simple test. Once you see the hammer, wait for the next candle to confirm the move. This small pause or confirmation is your way to avoid jumping early. Ask yourself now, how often do you jump in without waiting for confirmation? What happens when you do? A third type of signal is support and resistance levels. These are like walls in a castle. Price struggles to break through them. When price finally passes through a wall, That's a powerful signal something new is happening. But prices can also fake break these walls and fall back. Waiting for the price to close beyond these levels, like closing a castle gate behind you, is a much stronger signal than just a quick peek beyond the wall. This kind of deep patience, waiting for the close, separates traders who guess from traders who win. Lastly, combine your signals. Just like detectives combine evidence, traders combine breakouts, volume, candlestick patterns, and support/resistance levels to build strong conviction. This is your checklist. The more boxes you tick, the clearer your signal. Now, here's something few traders admit. Waiting is hard because the market doesn't wait. It moves fast, twists, and turns. It can make you doubt yourself. You might think you missed the move. But here's the secret. Most of the best moves come after the noise settles, after the real signal forms. If you jump early, you're catching smoke, not fire. Think of it like cooking. If you take food out too early, it's raw. Too late, it's burnt. Waiting for the signal is like waiting for the perfect cooking time. Timing matters. So what holds traders back from waiting? Fear of missing out, FOMO, is the #1 villain. That tight stomach feeling, the anxious voice whispering, "Hurry! The train is leaving." FOMO is a false alarm built into your brain. It pushes you to act on emotion instead of logic. Fighting FOMO means rewiring your mind. And that starts with recognizing it. Next time FOMO hits, ask, is this a real opportunity or just noise? What would happen if I missed this trade? Would the market really leave me behind forever? Probably not. Markets come back. Trades come back. But patience and discipline create lasting results. In fact, real pros welcome waiting. They see the calm between trades like a reward. Waiting is their edge because it means they stick to their plan and avoid chaos. Let me ask you now, when was the last time waiting brought you a better trade? How did it feel to hold back and then move at just the right moment? Were you calm? Confident? Proud? Or did you feel nervous, impatient, or angry? Understanding these feelings and learning to sit with them during waiting moments is part of becoming a great trader. The next step is learning how to train your mind to wait without panic. Just like athletes train their bodies, traders must train their minds. That training is practice, routine, and mental exercises that turn waiting from torture into a strength. In the next part, I'll share practical exercises to build this mental muscle. You'll see how to turn waiting into your superpower, how to face your fears without losing control, and how to become the trader who waits with calm confidence every time. Before we move on, I want you to do a small experiment. Next trade session, notice every time your body tightens, your heart races, or your brain shouts, "Now." Just breathe. Remind yourself the real signal will come. Can you feel the difference between action and reaction? If you find this helpful, hit like, leave a comment about your experience, and make sure to subscribe if you want to master the powerful art of waiting for the real signal. Ready to take your waiting game to the next level with mental training techniques? May I continue with the next part? Let's face it, waiting is hard. Not just hard for trading, but hard for life. We live in a world that pushes us to rush, to act fast, to seek instant rewards. Trading is no different. The impulse to jump early, to take the trade before the perfect moment, it's like a stubborn itch you can't scratch. But what if you could turn waiting into something you actually look forward to? Something that gives you power instead of frustration? That shift in thinking is what separates the average trader from the great one. It all starts with training your mind to love waiting, to sit still and stay calm until the right signal comes. Think about a lion in the wild. The lion doesn't chase every running animal it sees. It waits. It watches. It studies the herd, the wind, the movement. And when the moment is right, it strikes with full force. No wasted energy. No missed opportunity. Trading patience is like that lion's wait. It's not passivity. It's active, focused readiness. So how do you train your mind to wait like a lion? Here are some mental exercises that work wonders. First, practice breathing. When you feel that urge to jump, heart racing, itchy fingers, pause and take 3 deep breaths. Slowly in, slowly out. This simple action signals your brain to calm down and quiet the noise. Breathing is your anchor. It pulls you back from the edge of impulsive action into a peaceful zone where you can think clearly. Try this during your next trading session. When the tension hits, breathe deeply before deciding. Notice how the urge to act might lessen. It's tiny, but it's huge. Second, use a waiting journal. Every time you decide to wait, to hold off entering a trade because your plan isn't ready, write it down. Note your feelings, your thoughts, the reasons for waiting. Later, review your journal and celebrate these wins. Look for patterns. Are there times you waited and the trade worked? Are there moments when patience saved you from losses? Seeing your own wins with waiting builds trust in your ability. It rewires your mind to see waiting as a smart choice, not a missed chance. Third, create rituals around waiting. For example, when waiting for a signal, stand up, stretch, drink water, or listen to a favorite song. Use these small actions to remind yourself, I am waiting with purpose. Rituals send a message to your brain that waiting is not empty, but filled with mindful care. Here's an analogy. Waiting is like charging a phone battery. If you unplug too soon, the battery dies fast. But if you plug in fully and let the charge build, the phone lasts much longer. Your energy as a trader is like that battery. Waiting lets you recharge, focus, and act strong when the signal comes. Now, let's dig deeper into another brain trick, the illusion of control. Have you ever felt like you must do something, anything, because sitting still means losing control? The battle is real. Your mind wants to be the boss, pulling every lever, pushing every button. But in the market, trying to control everything is like trying to catch water with your bare hands. The real control comes from knowing when to move and when to stay quiet. Waiting for the signal is powerful control because it's deliberate. It's not freezing or fear. It's self-trust. Ask yourself, when have you felt out of control in trading? Did rushing in early help, or did it make things worse? How would it feel to let go of the need to control every second and instead wait confidently? This shift feels like dropping a heavy backpack. It frees your mind. Another reason waiting is tough is the fear of missing out, or FOMO. We touched on this earlier, but it's worth revisiting deeply. FOMO is a sneaky feeling that makes you rush, trade impulsively, and often lose. Imagine FOMO as a noisy, annoying salesperson inside your head, yelling, "Buy now, don't miss this." It shouts so loud that it drowns out your calm voice. The antidote to FOMO is a mantra. The market always offers another opportunity. It's true. Opportunities don't run out. Waiting for the right signal means you catch the best, not the noisy or risky ones. Sometimes, waiting feels like you're missing the chance forever. But remember, the market isn't a one-time ticket. It's a dance with many steps. If you miss this one, another will come. Imagine you're at a carnival, waiting in line for a roller coaster. The line moves slowly. Your FOMO says, give up. Find another ride. But if you wait patiently, your turn comes. And that ride? It's the fun you wanted. Waiting in trading is the same. The best rides come after the wait. So how do you fight FOMO when it hits hard? One way is to remind yourself of past mistakes. Think of times you jumped early because you feared missing out. How often did those trades work out? More often than not. The answer is not often. Use your experience as ammo. When FOMO screams, whisper back, I've been burned before. I won't repeat that mistake. Now, here's a question to challenge your thinking. What if waiting actually increases your chances of winning? Could patience be your ultimate trading weapon? To settle your mind during waiting, create what traders call a pre-trade checklist. This checklist helps you focus on facts, not feelings. It might include things like, is the price at a key support or resistance level? Is the volume higher than usual? Is the candlestick pattern confirming the move? Is my risk-reward setup favorable? Only when all boxes check, you take the trade. If even one box fails, you wait. This checklist moves you from emotional trading to logical trading. Here's another powerful idea. Visualize yourself waiting calmly during the next market session. Picture your heart steady, your hands relaxed. Imagine watching the market calmly, only entering at your perfect setup. Visualization trains your brain like practice. It makes waiting easier when the real moments come. Now, before moving on to the final parts, take a moment. Think about your trading routine. Do you have a system for waiting? Or do you find yourself acting too fast? What small habit could you add today to help you wait better? Remember, every great trader started where you are now, facing the struggle to wait. If you're finding this video helpful, hit like, leave a comment sharing your biggest challenge with waiting, and subscribe so you won't miss the next part. I'm going to share the most powerful mindset tools to turn waiting from a struggle into an unstoppable strength. Are you ready? Imagine you're playing a video game where the goal is to wait for just the right moment to jump or attack. Jump too soon, and you miss the target or fall into a trap. Wait too long, and the opportunity disappears. The best players are masters at timing, not rushing, not hesitating, but striking exactly when the signal hits. Trading is like this game, but your opponent is your own mind. How do you get better at this game? How do you become a timing master who waits like a pro? The answer is mindset. Your mindset, the way you think and feel about waiting, can either be your biggest hurdle or your greatest advantage. Let's explore how to build a mindset that embraces waiting, even craves it. First, accept that waiting is part of trading, not a sign of weakness. Many traders see waiting as being stuck, as losing time. But waiting is like sharpening a knife before cutting. You don't rush the sharpening because that's where the power comes from. Tell yourself, waiting is my secret weapon. This simple belief shifts your whole approach. Next, think in terms of probabilities, not certainties. Waiting means accepting that not every setup will work out perfectly. Some signals will fail. But by waiting, you increase your odds of success over time. So, don't demand perfection. Demand discipline. Here's a question to pause on. How many trades have you missed because you waited? And how many have you lost because you didn't wait? If your losses are higher, waiting is your missing piece. Another mindset shift is to see waiting not as a lonely struggle but as a time to learn. When you wait between trades, use that time to watch the market story unfold. Look for patterns, behavior, and clues. Waiting becomes your classroom. Think about it like a movie. If you skip the first 30 minutes because you're bored, you miss important plot points. Waiting and watching give you the full story needed to make a smart trade. Here's an analogy. Waiting is like a police officer watching a suspect. They don't rush in blindly. They observe, gather evidence, and strike only when the timing is perfect. That patience keeps them safe and ensures the best outcome. One mindset trap to avoid is negative self-talk during waiting. You might hear a voice telling you, "You're missing out, you're too slow," or "You'll never be good." Recognize this voice for what it is, fear dressed up as criticism. When that voice shows up, challenge it directly. Say, "This is just my fear talking. I am waiting for the right signal because I trust my plan and my skill." Building this inner confidence takes time but is powerful. Another mindset tool is gratitude. When you wait for the signal instead of rushing, say to yourself, "Thank you for this moment to prepare and be ready." Gratitude trains your brain to find peace in waiting moments rather than anxiety. Now, here's a practical idea to build mindset. Create a waiting mantra, a short phrase you say to yourself when you feel tempted to jump early. Something like, "Wait for the signal," or "Patience is profit." Repeat your mantra silently or out loud during your trades. It works like magic to calm your nerves and sharpen focus. Think about athletes before a big event. They have rituals and words to center their minds. You can do the same. Let's talk about the power of small wins. Every time you wait and avoid entering early, celebrate that win, no matter how small. These wins build momentum. Imagine stacking coins. One coin alone isn't much, but many coins together create value. Your waiting wins stack up into confidence and control. Here's a question to think about. How would your trading change if you had 10, 20, or 50 small wins of waiting under your belt? Could you trust the process more? Probably yes. Now, a tough but important point. Waiting sometimes means losing trades because the market moves fast. You'll see opportunities vanish because you stuck to your game plan. That's okay. Losing a trade by waiting is different from losing because you rushed. Losing with waiting means you played smart, not scared. Imagine two runners at a race. One sprints before the start and tires early. The other waits, launches at the perfect moment, and finishes strong. Waiting traders are the second runner, pacing for the long run. So, can you welcome the idea that it's better to lose a few trades by waiting than lose many by guessing? Finally, the mindset of curiosity can help. Stay curious about what the market is teaching you during waiting moments. Ask yourself, what is the market showing me right now? What signals might be forming? How is my waiting helping my trading plan? Curiosity turns waiting into an active, exciting process instead of a boring standby. To close this part, waiting is not a wall blocking your progress. It's a bridge guiding you to better trades. If you've ever felt lost, nervous, or rushed, remind yourself that learning to wait is learning to win. If this part helped you see waiting in a new light, hit like, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to keep getting these mindset tools. Ready to see how all these lessons come together in a simple daily routine? May I continue with the final part? You've learned how waiting is your secret weapon. You've seen the signals to watch for. You've practiced calming your mind and building the right mindset. Now, let's bring it all together with a simple daily routine that turns waiting into your natural habit. Every trader's day is a chance to practice waiting with purpose. Start your day with a quick review. Open your trading plan and remind yourself, today, I only enter when my signal is clear. Say this out loud or write it down. Setting this intention sends a message to your brain, we're in waiting mode. Next, prepare your space. Make sure your trading environment is quiet and free from distractions. Waiting is easier when your mind is clear and focused. When the market opens, observe quietly. Watch price moves. Notice volume. Look for your specific signals. Here's the key: do not chase. Don't rush for action. Practice trading patience like an athlete practicing breathing before a race. During your session, keep a signal log. Every time you spot a potential signal but decide to wait, write down what signal you saw, why you didn't enter yet, how you felt in that moment. Tracking builds awareness and helps you recognize patterns in your behavior. Over time, you'll see yourself waiting more and acting only when your plan sings loudly. Mid-session, take moments to breathe deeply. If tension builds, step back. This breaks the chain of impulsive action before the signal forms. Remember the breathing trick: slow in, slow out. It's the reset button for your emotions. When you finally see your signal, maybe a breakout, a volume spike, or a confirming candle, check your checklist again. Are all criteria met? Is your risk clear? If yes, move in confidently. Entering after waiting means you trade with clarity and control, not panic or guesswork. After the trade, win or lose, review your performance. Celebrate waiting wins. Did I wait for the signal? How did waiting affect the outcome? What did I learn about my patience today? This reflection strengthens your waiting muscles. Here's something most traders miss: waiting is a skill you get better at by doing. Like lifting weights builds muscle, each patient moment builds your control and confidence. Don't expect perfection overnight. Waiting mastery grows slow and steady. Be kind to yourself. Celebrate every step forward. Now, imagine your trading future if you keep practicing this daily routine. Picture yourself calm at your desk, waiting peacefully, striking only when your signal lights up like a beacon. How would that feel? More control? Less stress? More profitability? Hold that feeling. Let it motivate you. One final challenge I want to give you right now. Tomorrow, set one simple goal: to wait for one perfect signal before making a move. No jumping in early, no second guessing. Just practice waiting like a pro. Tell yourself, I am in control. I wait for the right signal. And after the session, come back here, comment on your experience. Share your wins and struggles. You're not alone on this journey. We're building a community of traders who choose patience over panic. If you found this video valuable, please hit like and subscribe. Share it with a friend who struggles to wait. Let's grow together. Waiting for the signal isn't easy. But as you've learned, it's the path to steady profits, calm confidence, and real trading success. Thank you for trusting this journey. Now go take a breath, watch patiently, and wait for your signal to shine.